Greetings. The Sega Saturn. Not Sega's last console, but definitely the one that caused the lion's share of the damage to Sega's reputation that the Dreamcast failed to fix. Somewhat misunderstood, unfairly, I believe, because most people you talk to about the system only really know of a small handful of games, and that's it. Today we are beginning a journey. This journey, the mission, rather, is to shed light on the Sega Saturn's entire European library. Why European, you ask? Because we have to have an attainable goal. I'm not going to say every single Sega Saturn game, because we'd be here for fucking years. 241 games were officially licensed and released in Europe between the years of 1995 and 1998. We are going to play and rank all 241 titles. Now, unlike some other lists out there you may have seen or heard of, I do not claim to be a man of science. This is not going to be a scientific evaluation of these games. This is going to be more of a emotional, gut feeling sort of evaluation of software. So, people who watch these videos, if you do not agree with the order of my list, take solace in the fact that in no way do I claim this to be a definitive list. This is my list. So, if you think I should place a game higher or lower, you are free to make your own list. In fact, I encourage you to make your own list. But, that said, where do we begin? What game should we begin our journey? I'm hoping to look at 3 games per video. We're going to spend, shall we say, a minimum of 30 minutes per game. Now, depending on the game, we can extend the amount of time we spend with it. I do not claim to be able to truly divine the essence of every single game just by spending 30 minutes with it. Obviously, there are games that are far deeper and far more complex, and in a way that a mere 30 minutes would not do them justice. So, as I see fit, and depending on the game that I am playing per video, we will adjust said time spent with each game in order to make sure that I truly divine its true essence and quality, so we can rank it, attempt to rank it fairly. So let me just say that I am using real hardware. At the current moment, I am not using an emulator. I have got a real European Sega Saturn hooked up next to me down here. Hooked up to a FrameMeister. That's right, I'm using an old FrameMeister because the FrameMeister is good enough. I realise that there are newer, more modern options available these days. Your open source scan converters, your retro tinks. I am aware of their existence, but the FrameMeister is absolutely fine. It's absolutely acceptable. It's perfectly fine for this situation. The video quality might not be as good as some newer devices on the market, but also it's good enough. So, without further ado, let me hit the power switch. There we go. And we are in. So which game should we begin our journey, our mission, our divine quest? And I thought no game is more fitting to begin our journey than Virtua Fighter 1. Game Uno. The definitive launch title of the system. Placing the game in the console. Now, some of you may wonder, why bother with real hardware? Why bother with the headache of dealing with real hardware and complicated capture setups? And that is because I want to try and play each game in the best possible way. And there are certain games that are best played with certain accessories or peripherals that make the game more enjoyable. And I think, well, games that are designed specifically for use with, say, a racing wheel, or a joystick, or a mouse, or an arcade stick, deserve to be played with those peripherals. And due to some experimentation I have done recently, I have divined that the only reliable way to make sure I have good access to these peripherals is to just do the work and play the games on real hardware. And so that is what we are going to do. Alright, so let us begin. So, the Sega Saturn originally launched in Japan in, was it winter 1994 or was it autumn 1994? Let me quickly look this up while we wait for the game to load. Yeah, it originally launched in Japan in November of 1994, North America in May 1995, and Europe in July 1995. Was officially discontinued worldwide by the year 2000. It lived a very short and miserable life in Europe and America, but had a decent lifespan in Japan. Discontinued in both Europe and America in 1998, and then eventually in Japan in 2000. And no, oh shit! They don't give you much time to hit start on that screen. That's dumb. Okay, first note: a lot of the background and text in this game. Hang on, let me make sure I've got FrameMeister set to... Yeah, there we go. Game 1. Looks really like... It looks like it's really poorly scaled text. Like, look at that. Look at this text. Look at the edges of this text. Look how kind of, like, shitty and fucked up it looks. These are not very well-scaled assets. Like, Options straight up has, like, an extra line of black pixels at the bottom of it. This is not a scaling error. This is how this game looks. This game just kind of has a weird, kind of fucked up, janky, poorly scaled look to it. You play this game in an emulator with perfect 1-to-1 pixel ratio, it looks exactly the same. This game, like, presentation-wise, this game is already kind of like, ugh, really? Really? You couldn't make the text look a bit cleaner, Sega? Really? Anyway. So, okay, we're going to go with standard 3-button mode. 30-second time limit, 2 points per match, standard life gauges, normal difficulty. Okay, let's go. So, I haven't played a Virtua Fighter game in a few years. And it may have been even several years longer since I've played Virtua Fighter 1, so we're going to do my best. Okay, Virtua Fighter 1. One of the original 3D fighting games. Was not the first one. It's definitely one of the earliest. Yeah, like, look at that KO text in the middle of the screen there. Like, the text that shows up in the middle of the screen just kind of looks kind of fucked up. Okay. Stay down, Jackie. And also, I don't know if you can see, but look in the corner of the arena. You see how the, So...
1, ready, go!
I don't know if I can say anything about this game that hasn't already been said by other people in a better way. But this is not a particularly well-respected version of Virtua Fighter 1. The original Sega Saturn port of Virtua Fighter 1 is something of a flawed game. I think it's primarily because when the Saturn came out, I think general audiences were just expecting something a bit more impressive. And so, to have Virtua Fighter 1, a game which was already, I want to say, 2 or 3 years old by the time the Saturn launched, it's a little bit underwhelming. Especially when people started seeing, you know, screenshots and footage of games like, shall we say, Tekken 1 and Battle Arena Toshinden for the PlayStation. Suddenly, Virtua Fighter 1 doesn't seem all that impressive anymore. Shit. Ring out. I did that to myself. Oh, fuck. Camera, please. Thank you. Fuck you, Jeffrey.
Ready, go!
Sarah is my character of choice for most Virtua Fighter games because, I don't know, she's just got a really satisfying moveset. She's got that, like, flying knee attack. She's got the somersault kick. She got a good punch-punch-kick combo. Oh, you bitch. Oh my god, how did that not reach you? Wow, fuck, I got worked. I got robbed. It's just relatively easy to just kind of like work enemies quite quickly with Sarah because she's got such an incredibly aggressive moveset. Uh oh, got me. Take that. I'll throw you back, bitch. Also, there's something about the presentation of this game is just kind of...
Ready, go!
Also kind of a bit underwhelming. You'll notice that when the camera angle turns and you can see, like, the corners of the arena, sometimes, like, the draw distance in this game, like, there's not a lot on screen, right? If you think about what is actually being rendered in this game, it's not a lot. You've got two fairly low poly character models and like a very basic square arena. You think draw distance wouldn't be a problem in this game, but you'll notice at points when the camera angle turns, the actual corners of the arena get far enough away from you that they actually go beyond the draw distance, and so you lose the edges of the arena, and that can be very distracting. Oh my god, fuck off, Kage.
I'm over.
Oh, fuck you. I got scammed. I'll take this guy down. Oh, he can do it as well. Stay the fuck down.
Ready, go!
Oh, fuck. I was hoping he'd be a bit more aggressive. Also, this game is kind of stiff. It's definitely not the most responsive fighting game ever made. It's a little bit sluggish, a little bit stiff, and that's not just because it's the PAL version. Yeah.
Fight! 1. Ready, go!
The sequel, Virtua Fighter 2, would be a massive improvement over this game eventually when that came out. Also, just generally, just a ton more, like, technically impressive. Like, Virtua Fighter 2 is just a far superior game, top to bottom. But, you know, Virtua Fighter 1 has its place in history. It is an important game. If not maybe not a very good one. Fuck. Yeah. Important game, but not particularly... has not really aged very well.
1. Ready, go!
Oh, wolf. Oh my god, wolf, fuck you. Pull it out. There we go. Put it back.
Fight 2. Ready, go!
Oh, that animation seemed wrong. Okay, sometimes the somersault kick doesn't come out. Oh fuck! Magic pixel, magic pixel. I did not deserve to win. Did not deserve to win that.
Ready, go!
Okay. Oh my god. Uh-oh. Yeah, it's kind of a mashy game. Not a huge amount of precision, kind of slow and stiff. It's...
Ready, go!
I like the detail that because we're fighting on like a metal platform, whenever we land on the ground we get like a loud donk sound. Oh my god. Yeah, sometimes you just can't seem to get the moves out fast enough because the game is... Oof.
Fight 3, ready, go!
Oh my god, I can't get the fucking... Hang on. There we go. It's not a hold, it's a tap. There we go. I keep forgetting, holding up and back doesn't work, you've got to tap up and back.
Fight 1,
Okay.
ready, go!
Okay. Oh, he got up. Okay.
Fight 2, ready, go!
Oh, fuck. I hate how my foot goes over the opponent's head. That's right, fuck you. Okay. We're doing okay. I wasn't sure if we could take both rounds then. I forget who it is now. Is it Dural? It's Dural.
Go!
Okay. Alright, Dural is the final boss of every single Virtua Fighter game. It's basically a character made of metal who has a move list comprised of moves from all the other fighters combined. So, and also I'm expecting this to be suddenly much harder than it was before. Also, the music is really fucking good when you fight Dural. This is like maybe the best song in the game. This is great music. Not a big fan of Virtua Fighter 1's gameplay, but its soundtrack is pretty good, I'll give it that. Good soundtrack. Good soundtrack. Oh, fuck. Fucking hell. Jesus Christ!
Excellent!
I got perfected. Yeah.
Fight 2, ready, go!
Oh, fuck. I did it again. I keep expecting the enemy to be way more aggressive than they actually are. Oh, fuck.
KO!
Shit.
Fight 3, ready, go!
Oh my god. Fuck off.
Ring out!
Fuck you, Dural. Give me a round, you bitch. Dural doesn't actually have...
Ready, go!
Dural doesn't actually have a gender. Dural is like a smooth metal being. He just happens to have some features that makes them look like a woman, but not really. Oh, fucking... Get up, please. Fucking Christ!
Excellent!
Yeah, massive difficulty spike. Massive difficulty spike. Yeah. You don't get to retry against Dural. You get one attempt against Dural, and that's it. And if you fuck up, it's over. I forgot about that. I forgot about that. Yeah, not a big fan of that. Not a big fan of that game design. Where it's like, hey, you get to fight the boss once, and if you screw up, you don't get to try again. Like, not a fan of that. Also, listen to this music. Oh my god. Oh, it's all the way back here. Why is half the alphabet blue? Oh my god. There we go. And what is this song? Sega were known for their bizarre soundtracks. It's nice to know that as early as Virtua Fighter 1, they were up to their weird shit when it came to putting music in their games. Yeah. Very basic games when it comes to options. Arcade, versus, and that's it. That's all. Arcade and versus. That's it. That's all you need. These are the only two options you get. Why would you need anything else than arcade and versus? Like, what? Yeah, very, very, very bare bones game. Very bare bones. That also might be part of the reason why a lot of people found this launch game to be disappointing. Just general lack of features and modes and stuff, you know? Oh, I do like voice tests. We are still in the 90s, the golden age of sound tests in games that we don't really do anymore, unfortunately. They should bring back the sound test. They should bring back the option in modern games to let you go and like run through every single voice line in the whole game. 10年早いんだよ. Some of these are just funny.
I win. Yeah! 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 Ha! Yeah! Yeah!
Jump, jump. Why is that called Nage or Nage? I guess. Just a heavy impact or heavy landing sound. I guess that's meant to be. Down. Ooh, it's the crowd. Applause. These are really good. These seem like either of these would be really good, like message tone noises. You get a new message. It's like the sound of putting a coin into a Virtua Fighter machine. Alright. Let's go with another round, shall we? Let's play someone else. Problem is, I don't really know anyone else that well. I can kind of play as Akira, kind of. Oof. Really fucked up expressions.
Fight! 1. Ready, go!
Oof. Oh my god. Oh my god, will you just... Does Kira not have a jumping hit?
Excellent!
It seems like he should. does Akira not have like a ground attack when the opponent's laying on the ground like Sarah does? Surely he must. I thought all the Virtua Fighter characters had one of those. Unless it's... Okay. Hang on. Let's look this up.
Fight 1. Ready, go!
Because I have the game right here, I can just look at the manual and we will... Hang on, let's see what Akira's move lists are. Here we go. Down B. Down forward C. Down C. Giant leap attacks. Attack behind an opponent. Yeah, he does have a stomp attack. Up and B. Maybe I'm just a bit unlucky with the timing, or... BB, BC, forward, forward, CC. Alright. Nope. There we go.
KO.
Okay. Time to stop fucking around.
Fight 2. Ready, go!
Nope. He's not doing it. No, he's not doing it. He's not doing his, Has he got a range to it?
KO. Fight 3.
Have to do some experimentation. Nope, definitely didn't do that time. I was doing it pretty, like, regularly with Sarah, but for some reason Akira just doesn't want to do it. Oh, come on, I was trying to grab, but grab wasn't working. Oh dear. Yeah, clearly I don't know shit about Akira. Let's try that again. It is the same grab move, isn't it? Hang on.
Fight 1. Ready, go!
Hang on, I'm gonna weigh this book down so I can continue to look at the moves. Yeah, stomp attack, up B. So the manual says he has a stomp attack. For some reason, I'm just not able to pull it off right now. Okay. Okay, there we go.
KO.
There we go. We figured it out. We figured it out, everyone.
Fight 2. Ready, go!
Ugh.
KO.
Yeah. Like Sarah's somersault kick, it's tap only. If you hold up, it doesn't work.
Fight
And I do mean the briefest of taps.
go! KO.
Okay. I like... So the game does allow you to actually start...
KO.
The game does allow you to start queuing up button inputs just before the game says go, so you can.
Ready, go.
Yeah, I started pressing the necessary button inputs for certain attacks at the start of certain rounds, so the attack would come out immediately as the guy says go, which is nice. As long as the actual attack button input isn't pressed until after the guy says go.
1. Ready, go.
There we go.
KO.
Okay.
2. Ready, go.
Oh my god. Yeah, again, some of these button inputs are not...
KO.
Whatever, I deserve that. It is a very sluggish game.
Ready, go.
Fuck. Akira is a very... Fucking hell. In a game that already feels sluggish, Akira is a very sluggish feeling character, shall we say.
Fight. 1. Ready, go.
Oh my god, I keep trying to do the grabs, but maybe Akira's grabs are mapped to different buttons than Sarah? Oh my god, that should have...
Time over.
Motherfucker time scammed me! Did you see that?
Ready, go.
Oh fuck. Fuck, he did it again! Piece of shit! Piece of shit. Okay, that's kind of funny, the fact that they had programmed the AI to commit time fraud this early. Oh, that's funny. I'm not even mad, that's just funny.
Fight. 1. Ready, go.
Oh, you got me.
Ring out.
That's right.
Fight. 2. Ready, go.
Oh shit. Fuck.
KO.
Fuck! Oh, Kage, you piece of shit.
Fight. 3. Ready, go.
I forget, I don't know if you can knock Kage's mask off in Virtua Fighter 1. I know you can knock his mask off in every Virtua Fighter after 1, but I cannot remember if it's possible in 1. Maybe it's not. Maybe they didn't implement that as a thing till 2. shit. Stop. Get off me, please. You know what? I think we're done. I think I've seen enough of Virtua Fighter 1. I think Virtua Fighter 1. I think Virtua Fighter 1 has been thoroughly examined. Yeah, that AM2 logo doesn't look great. The left-hand edge of that AM2 logo when it comes up on screen is all kind of weird, aliased and fucked up. Again, that's not a scaling error, that's just how it looks in the game. Like, Sega themselves fucked up the scaling, or AM2 fucked up the scaling of their own logo for this game. And it's got nothing to do with the fact that it's the PAL version. That's not affected, because I know PAL games typically have more vertical lines of more vertical resolution than NTSC ones, but all the extra like lines to the vertical resolution are added at the top and bottom of the screen. It's not spread out to the entire image. So no. The position of you know, the amount of real estate that a pixel takes up on the screen is the same between, you know, in terms of like, you know, how do I say this? Yeah, look, the AM2 logo looks really shitty. I don't know how to explain what I'm trying to say, but just so know that the reason why the text looks so fucked up is not because we are looking at the PAL version. It looks just as fucked up in the NTSC version as well, so yeah. You'd think for, you know, the flagship launch title for their new system, you think Sega would have taken more care with the, you know, the visual quality of like text and menu assets in their game, but apparently not. It just kind of looks fucked up. Anyway, that is Virtua Fighter 1. A game that time has not been kind to. And is really only worth looking at these days as a curiosity. So, let's bring up the list. So, since this is the first game we're adding to the list, I guess that means we've got no choice but to hang on. Ugh, please stop. Just add it to number 1. Congratulations to Virtua Fighter for being the number 1 Sega Saturn game of all time. Its position as number 1 will not last long. It might not even last until the end of this video, so enjoy it while you can, Virtua Fighter. Now, oh my god. Windows is fucking with me. Please don't fuck with me, Windows. Alright. Now let's look at our second game. 2 of 3 for this video. Let's keep it to launch titles, shall we? The Sega Saturn had more launch titles in Europe than it did in Japan or America. That's really only because a significant amount of time had passed between the Saturn's first appearance in Japan and then eventually when it eventually came out in Europe almost, well, 3/4 of a year later. So we had kind of a really healthy launch lineup. So let's have a look at another launch title, shall we? This is another launch game for the Sega Saturn that is I'm not going to say good, but it is revered. And hang on, let me just change the cover. The box art. Box art is here. Okay. So bring that up. Hide that away. We're going to be looking at our next game, which is Panzer Dragoon 1. Panzer Dragoon 1, like Virtua Fighter 1, a very important game for the system. Not necessarily because it's particularly good, but because it was a necessary first step for the games that would come afterwards. Without Panzer Dragoon 1, you don't get Panzer Dragoon Zwei. You certainly don't get Panzer Dragoon Saga. But those are games for another day. Let's look at Panzer Dragoon 1. Oh dear, where are we? 48 minutes. So yeah, this is a game that I kind of love the aesthetic of the Panzer Dragoon games. They're really cool. They are very, very heavily inspired. The first game, at least, very heavily inspired by two things. Specifically, the Studio Ghibli movie Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind, and the now late French comic book artist Jean Girard. I don't know how to pronounce his French name, but he went by the name Mobius. And he did artwork for like various comics, especially Marvel, for decades. But he also did like some really interesting stuff. I don't remember the name of the comic, but a lot of the visual identity of this game is heavily inspired by one of the comics he worked on. In fact, the Japanese box art for Panzer Dragoon 1 features an illustration by Mobius. So it's a very interesting setting. It's kind of like it's post-apocalyptic. So it's set in a post-apocalypse, right? So it's not clear at first in this game, but in later games, you find out that the reason why the world is the way it is because the game is actually set thousands of years after a man-made apocalypse. So apparently, at some point, humanity was like massively advanced, and we basically mastered the art of like genetic and biological manipulation. We could basically make living things, and we could design them to be however we wanted them to be. But then human beings do the thing human beings do, and we find ways to make weapons with it. And then we make armies of horrific monsters, and then apparently the horrific monsters turn on their masters, resulting in an apocalypse. And now the reason why in these games the world is inhabited by all these weird, dangerous creatures is because these are the, like, surviving offspring of, like, the genetic, like, of like the biological monsters that mankind made thousands of years ago. And all these installations that you go through, like this, are like long abandoned installations made by man, where monsters were bred and deployed, you might say. It's really interesting stuff. Panzer Dragoon 1 doesn't really scratch the surface of any of that, but Panzer Dragoon Zwei and Panzer Dragoon Saga in particular really, like, go into the backstory of this universe, and it's fascinating stuff. It's really cool. For people who have seen Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind, might recognise that backstory as basically being the exact same, like, backstory to the world of that movie. Sega just saw that movie and was like, that's a cool world origin. Mine now. The Panzer Dragoon games put their own, like, spin on it, so it's not just a pure rip-off of that that movie story. There was a remake of this game that came out a couple of years ago. Like, it came out on all platforms, and it wasn't very good. It was kind of a half-hearted Unity game. Sega didn't put really any budget behind it, and as a result, it's just kind of... It's just Panzer Dragoon 1, but with, you know, more modern-looking graphics, and that's not enough. It's not enough. If you're going to remake Panzer Dragoon 1, you need to overhaul the gameplay, I feel. I feel like, yeah, you can tell the same story, have the same settings, but you really need to overhaul the gameplay to be more complex and more, you know, deep. But no, they didn't. It's just a pure copy-paste in terms of gameplay. And it's just really disappointing. Really, really disappointing. So yeah, the central part of the Panzer Dragoon lore is the dragon. And it's not clear, I believe intentionally so, it is not clear whether or not it is exactly the same dragon for every single Panzer Dragoon game. I know it's the same dragon for certain Panzer Dragoon games. Panzer Dragoon 1 and 3. Panzer Dragoon 1 and Panzer Dragoon RPG, it is the same dragon. But I'm not 100% sure if the dragon in 2 and Orta for the Xbox is the same dragon. The games don't really do a very good job of explaining themselves, and I do think a big part of that is intentional. The fact that the world is, and the nature of the world is such a mystery and is kind of impenetrable, I find that really compelling and interesting. I think we've lost the appreciation for a good mystery. I feel like people these days want their game lore and universes explained in, like, great detail, and people don't tend to enjoy shit just being, you know, up to interpretation. anymore. Everything's got to be explained extremely, you know, minutely, and I like a bit of mystery in my games, in my story rather, you know. Tease us with little bits of information here and there, and then let us come to our own conclusion. Sometimes it's fun, you know. And the Panzer Dragoon games do that brilliantly. Alright. So already we've got a big improvement over Virtua Fighter 1. The text assets are scaled correctly and they don't all look all weird and fucked up like they do in Virtua Fighter 1. Welcome to the option mode. Reverse controller setting. View mode 1, view mode 2, view mode 3, view change. So for people that don't know, Panzer Dragoon is, gameplay-wise, is very similar to like classic Sega shooters like Space Harrier or Afterburner or Galaxy Force? Galaxy Force? Yeah, Galaxy Force. Where you're moving around the screen, avoiding incoming shots. And you've got a standard attack, but also like the Afterburner games, you've also got a reticle that you can then move over enemies and then paint them. And once you've painted all the enemies you want to paint, you press, you think you release the, I forget what button it is, but yeah, you can basically shoot lasers, and those lasers basically have the same functionality of missiles in Afterburner. Except, unlike Afterburner, which has limited ammo for missiles, you can just keep firing lasers forever in this game. Sound balance. You want to favour the background music or favour the sound effects? No, we'll just do standard. It's fine. Pressing left and right on the main screen lets you choose different difficulty settings. Now, this game only has 5 levels, but if you select easy, you only get to play the first 3. If you start playing this game on easy, you finish level 3 and then the game's like, great job, now try again on normal. You don't get to see level 4 and 5 because you're playing on easy, which I think is really shitty. But whatever, it's, you know. This is just the same cutscene as the intro, so. Okay, so we are this dude riding this dragon. So, quick side note with the difficulties stuff. The PC version of Panzer Dragoon 1 has a really embarrassing blurb on the back of the box where it says, has 3 exciting levels. And I remember looking at that and thinking, wow, the motherfucker who wrote the blurb on the back of this box played this game on easy, only saw 3 levels and thought that's all there is in the game. Wow, that's embarrassing. You'd think Sega would have provided him with, like, proper information. But it's true, if you find an old PC copy of Panzer Dragoon 1, the back of the box says 3 levels, and that's only because clearly whoever was responsible for writing that only played the game on easy, or information was given to him by someone who only played the game on easy. The PC version does have 5 levels, but it's just a funny detail. Whoop. There we go. So if I hold down the shoot button, and I drag the reticle across enemies, I will paint them, and when I release the button, I shoot homing lasers at them. So we can change the distance of our camera with the X, Y, and Z buttons. I like the standard view, personally. Also, with the left and right shoulder buttons, we can rotate our view 90 degrees. So we can actually have full 360 degree view of our surroundings. We need to. Enemies will come at us from all sides. Yeah. This is a more visually complex game than Virtua Fighter 1, but this game's still real crunchy looking. So yeah, we can't actually choose what direction we fly, we are locked to a rail. All we can really change is like our position on screen and the reticle. Our path through the level is predestined, you might say. Future games in the Panzer Dragoon franchise will allow you to pick routes through a level, if not give you, you know, complete freedom. But, you know, it's fine for the first game. Oof. Not a great frame rate. This game has not got a great frame rate. I like that the reflection of that building in the water is just a lower resolution texture. Okay. Alright. Now we got the first boss. We have no special attacks of any kind. We've got standard shots and lasers, that's it. Later games in the franchise would include like super attacks, but not in this first game. Ooh. Some enemy projectiles you can shoot out of the air. I like that you can shoot the dudes off the deck. See the guys on the deck of the ship who are shooting at us with guns. We aim correctly, we can kind of just blow them off and they fall into the water. That's like a neat detail. We can also shoot the turrets, which is a nice detail. You can also shoot the box underneath. I really like the design of the airships in this franchise. They're so weird looking. That's not a balloon. That is a literal rock that the ship is using to fly. So, hang on. I'll talk more about that in a sec. Let me destroy these torpedoes. There we go. So the reason why airships in this game fly using by strapping themselves to giant floating pieces of rock is because one of the things that like humanity thousands of years ago developed before the apocalypse was like ability to make, like, I guess not necessarily make rock float, but to like make, you know, they developed a hard material that basically defied gravity. And thousands of years later, as society begins to rebuild, instead of like reharnessing that technology, they're literally just carving big chunks of this flying mineral and just strapping their ships to it. It's really silly. It's a great idea. A big trope you see a lot in these games, well, not a trope, but like an idea that gets repeated a lot in all the Panzer Dragoon games, is the fact that as the world rebuilds and humanity begins to, you know, rebuild civilization, is that you get these big... This is kind of an anti-war franchise. A big thing in all the games is that, like, oh, you get these big, like, militaristic, like, empires that rise up by taking advantage of ancient technology, whether it's airships, weapons, even harnessing some of the old monsters. Usually has the same themes, where it's like, oh, militaristic warlike powers trying to conquer the world with technology they don't fully understand, and usually by the end of the game, more often than not, you end up having to then like destroy said technology that has gone out of control and has like turned against the militaristic empire that's trying to harness it. That's a big theme in all of these games. Just like Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind. No, we're fighting this big worm now. Motherfucker. Oh my god. Gotta keep a better view of my my radar. Okay. Oh my god. Make sure I'm shooting all these weird creatures coming out of the sand. God. Oh, fuck. Oh my god. Okay, finally. Exiting the cave. So yeah, everything you've seen is kind of the extent of gameplay. Oh my god. I've got to shoot the mucus it's firing at me. and avoid its tail spikes. You can kill these worms, but you got to shoot them a shit ton of times before you can do that. Okay. You got to shoot them so much. I don't think I've ever actually successfully killed these worms. You've got to shoot them so much. Okay. Boss time. Right. Enemy dragon. So this is the main antagonist, well, this is the main, like, enemy of the game. It's this, like, rival dragon. You fight this dragon multiple times. I believe this is the first time you fight him. I think you fight him at least twice more, I think. I can't remember exactly. I think he shows up halfway through a level at some point, like he's not even the boss of that level. Okay. But he's not very hard the first time you fight him. Make sure you shoot his projectiles. Oh my god, keeping a track of him. There we go. Okay, got him. Yeah, he comes in to have a look at us and says, "I'll fucking get you next time, bitch." And he flies away. Okay. Yeah, we've kind of seen everything gameplay-wise. This is kind of this is the gameplay loop. This is just what the there's nothing really more to see in terms of mechanics. This is it. But we'll keep going until we die or we finish. Before we pass judgment. Oh, there it is. But we can't shoot these projectiles. It's a pain. Destroyed? Yeah, I think that's destroyed. Okay. This level's got a hard boss, if I remember correctly. The boss in this level is kind of a motherfucker. The first two bosses of this game are like really, really easy, and then you get to level 3, and then level 3 boss is like just like a rude awakening. It really is. Make sure we get all of these, get our hit percentage up. I will say, as crunchy as this game looks, I will say this game does have a very interesting aesthetic design to it. I'm willing to give it that. It's, you know, the strength of its world design is very good. I think that's all of them. That's all of them. And both sequels on the Saturn do look a lot better, much better looking games. But in order for those games to have happened, this game needed to exist, right? You've got to have that awkward first step. You've got to walk before you can run. Oh my god. Oh my god, fuck off. Okay. Couldn't get him in time. Right, now it's boss time. Now he comes out from behind one of these mountains. Where is he? That's right, yeah, he's two separate pieces. So the weak point is the join between the two pieces. The part, that little orange piece that connects the two pieces together. That's actually the weak point of the boss. And the boss doesn't actually have that much life, but he's hard because trying to hit that fucking thing is like really annoying. So we have to go up and under the blades of this giant fan. Right, that's phase 1. Phase 2. It's the same weak point, but now it's on the bottom of the boss. It's behind us. Where are you? Oh, that's right, yeah. Oh, there's projectiles. They explode into multiple projectiles if you don't hit them in time. Avoid him. Oh my god. Oh, didn't get that one in time. This guy's just kind of annoying. So we've destroyed the lower half, now we've got to destroy the upper half. Okay. Dealt with. Dealt with. Is my audio ducking not working properly? Alright. So we've fought off the evil Empire's machines, but they're still chasing us. Only missed 9 enemies. But because we got over 90% shot down ratio, we get an extra credit. So I think this is a tunnel level? Yeah, it is. It's a tunnel. This is also a thing you see in a lot of, in all of the Panzer Dragoon games. There's always at least one level, or one area of the game where you've got to shoot your way through a bunch of tight tunnels. Yeah, it's neat. I like it. It's a cool idea. Oof. Oh, motherfucker. Rude! Oh god. There's too much shit on screen. Oh god, I can't. Don't give you a lot of time. Okay. I forget how long this level is exactly. Oh god. Oh god. That's annoying. Guys are annoying. Guys are annoying. Oh, only one door opened. Sneaky. Very sneaky, sis. Oh, and it tried to close again. Rude. I forget what the boss is in this level. Whatever it is, it's creepy. You done? Don't appear to be doing any damage to it. You probably got. You got to destroy its arms first. Ooh. Whoa! Dodge. Oh, get away, please. We might be in trouble. Oh, the music looped. Oh my god. Yeah, we're in trouble. I don't know if I can beat this guy. He's too... Turn the camera, please. Okay, I got one of his arms. Finally. Oh. I didn't see what he was doing. I didn't see what he was doing in time. Now, where's it gonna... Oh, it's not gonna start us from the beginning, is it? Oh, it's gonna start us from the beginning, isn't it? Oh no. Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. Well, whatever. We'll try one more time, and if we die again, that'll be it. We will go to the ranking process. Oh my god! Look, I just want to rotate my camera. Oh my god! Yeah, this level's annoying. I'm not a fan of this level. No! Oh my god. Stop. The fact that they don't checkpoint you at the start of the boss is super rude. I don't like that. Yeah, I'm losing too much health. I'm losing too much health. I do not like our chances. Okay, dealt with. Okay. Doors. Open, close, and then open at the last possible second. There we go. Yeah, but I don't think we're going to beat this boss. I haven't got enough health. The fact you've got to go through this long-ass intro sequence every time is really annoying. My right shoulder button is not being very responsive. I think this guy's only vulnerable to guns. I don't think the lasers do anything to him. Bruh. Okay. No. Okay. I fucked up. No, it hits you when it comes back as well. I forgot about that. Oh well. Nah. Nah. No, thank you. I have no interest. Well, we finished the first 3 missions, and we got to the boss of episode 4. So. Oh, look at this. This is fun. That's a fun little intro animation. It's decent. Anyway, I think that is enough Panzer Dragoon 1. So, is Panzer Dragoon 1 a better or worse game than Virtua Fighter 1? That's a tough question. That is a tough question. It's single player only. Virtua Fighter has versus mode, so you know you've got multiplayer. Panzer Dragoon is more interesting to look at. But once you've finished Panzer Dragoon, you've finished Panzer Dragoon, right? There's no other content there. Virtua Fighter, I would say Virtua Fighter has more replayability value to it. Because it's a fighting game, it's designed to be picked up and played at random, whenever. Panzer Dragoon is definitely more of an ambitious title than Virtua Fighter 1. The frame rate is worse. Panzer Dragoon definitely has a worse frame rate than Virtua Fighter 1. As much as I like the big, dramatic, sweeping score of the soundtrack in Panzer Dragoon, I kind of prefer the techno soundtrack of Virtua Fighter 1. Then again, it's a, you know, a Virtua Fighter 1 style soundtrack would not suit Panzer Dragoon. The big sweeping orchestral score is obviously much more fitting for the kind of game that Panzer Dragoon is. You know, hasn't really, not really a soundtrack you would listen to. You know what I mean? You can put on an occasional piece of music from Virtua Fighter, nod your head to it in the background, but Panzer Dragoon? Not really. It's not really the kind of music you would listen to on its own. As disappointing as it is, Virtua Fighter 1 has just, I don't know, it's got more replayability value to it. It's got the multiplayer versus mode, which is good. Panzer Dragoon, now, if we were talking about the Panzer Dragoon sequels, abso-fucking-lutely they're going above Virtua Fighter 1. Virtua Fighter 1 doesn't hold a candle to any of the Panzer Dragoon sequels, but the first one... very simple game. It's a very simple game. It's kind of a janky, it's a very crunchy looking game. As simple as Virtua Fighter 1's visuals are, I would say they are more pleasing to look at than aesthetically more pleasing to look at than Panzer Dragoon 1. I do like the whole post-apocalyptic vibe, you know, lost technology, post-apocalyptic vibe that Panzer Dragoon is going for. But goddamn, man, some of those textures are real rough looking. Oof. I feel like by foregoing textures completely, Virtua Fighter 1 has somehow... visually, like, more pleasant to look at. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm going to say Panzer Dragoon 1 goes in second place. So congratulations to Panzer Dragoon for being the second best Sega Saturn game of all time, for however long that lasts. And congratulations to Virtua Fighter for hanging on to its title. For now, let us look at our third and final game for this video, though. Let me take Panzer Dragoon. There is an old piece of paper in this box, Panzer Dragoon. It's some... Oh, wow. Oh, wow. This is... I must have printed this off. This is a printed web page from... It says at the bottom here... 2007. I printed this off in 2007. This is the GameSpot UK page for cheat codes for Panzer Dragoon 1. Oh, this is a nice little this is a cute little time capsule. Let's look at some of these cheat codes. Infinite continues. Suicide maneuver. What? So I guess if you hold down both L, R, A, B and C at the same time, you will kill yourself. Which is interesting. Invincibility cheat code. Space Harrier mode. Whatever that means. Level 0. Which I believe is like a test level. Like not an actual secret level, it's just kind of like a developer test level. But you can access it if you put in a cheat code. Stage select. New, more powerful weapons. Dragon only mode. So there's a mode here where you can, I guess you can only shoot lasers. You can't shoot the gun. That's interesting. That's cute. That's a nice little... That's a nice little find right here. A printed off web page from 2007. That's cute. That's very cute. 2007, that was the year I actually first started collecting Sega Saturn stuff. So, that makes sense. That's cute. I like that though. It was a nice little find. I forgot that was in there. Aww. Aww. Alright, so let's change the game. What will be our third and final game for this video, for video number 1. And I thought, if we're exclusively sticking to launch titles for this video, then we've done Virtua Fighter 1, we've done Panzer Dragoon 1. What's another well-known, notorious launch title for the Sega Saturn? And I thought, nothing comes to mind more than the original release of Daytona USA. So change that. Let's put Daytona USA in the console. Where are we at? We're at 1 hour and 41 minutes, according to the clock. This video is going to be just over 2 hours long then, supposedly. Oh, there's not enough free space in the console's save memory to save the game. Yeah, Daytona USA does not support the save cartridge, which is weird, because you think that would be something that every Sega Saturn game would support. That frame rate. So this game, the NTSC version of this game runs at 15 frames a second, or targets 15 frames a second. Oof. And so, since we're playing the PAL version, 50 Hertz, so divide 50 by 4, is that 25? 12 and a half frames a second the PAL version runs at. Cool. You know, this is the problem when you run into a lot of old PAL games, is that they aren't... A lot of PAL games, especially like from Japanese developers, are not properly optimized for 50 Hertz, and so a lot of PAL games run slower than their NTSC counterparts, which includes the frame rate, not just the game speed, but the frame rate as well. So when you have a game that already has a extremely low frame rate in its NTSC version, oh dear. So, game mode normal. Oh. Key assign. I like the launch Japanese controller there. Yeah, a lot of people don't realise, when people think of Japanese Sega Saturns, they think of the white console with the coloured buttons. Didn't look like that at launch. Launch Japanese Sega Saturns were grey. They were grey with either red shoulder buttons and a start button, or blue shoulder buttons and a start button. So yeah, the classic white Japanese Sega Saturn didn't come till later, so... Let's accelerate brake. Okay. So, I'm going to say right now, I am not the greatest player of Daytona USA. I'm not particularly good at this game. We're going to play in Saturn mode. The difference between arcade mode and Saturn mode is that arcade mode has the time limit, whereas Saturn mode has the time limit turned off. So we're just going to play Saturn mode.
Please select a race course.
Start with the standard one.
Please choose manual or automatic transmission.
Daytona USA has got a pretty incredible soundtrack. It's pretty dumb. Automatic, manual. Let's go with the red automatic.
Gentlemen, start your engine.
Yeah, the Sega Saturn port of Daytona USA is maybe probably the single most notorious launch game for the system. Hang on. I'm not very good at talking while playing racing games, so... As you can already... Now, obviously the frame rate is a big part of that. But also you've got the draw distance. The draw distance is a big part of that as well. There is a drift mechanic in this game, but I'm not very good at it. I'm just never been very good at making getting used to how the drift works in standard classic Daytona USA. Do love that soundtrack though. Okay, oh, here we go. Yeah, I think you've got to, without steering, brake, and then steer, then while steering put the finger back on the accelerator. Oh god! Please, I'm losing control. There we go.
You're looking good.
It's this last corner really kind of messes me up. Oh god. So yeah, 40 cars on track. I'll give it credit where credit's due. 40 cars on track is pretty intense, especially for this generation of hardware. Yeah, I suck at that corner. I suck at that corner, I really do. Oh god. Yeah, off. So I managed to drift, but I screwed up the recovery. I think we're being lapped. Yeah, these cars, some of these cars in front of me are not cars I can pass to gain a better position. Yeah. Never been good. Never been good at Daytona USA. Never got the hang of the handling.
You placed 29.
29th. I like the voice sample. It's a good voice sample. I do appreciate a good goofy voice sample. Whatever.
Now list your name with the other champions.
I like that he calls out the letters you choose as well. That's a good... It's a nice detail. I do appreciate some of the weird details in this game. So what if we put the difficulty right down to very easy? Difficulty and enemy level. Wait. Why are these also calling like other race cars on the track enemies is a very interesting way I'd like to describe them. I suppose you could technically describe rival race cars as enemies? Sure, I guess. Interesting.
Please select a race course. Advanced.
Let's go for the second track.
Please choose manual or automatic transmission.
Go for the blue. Any difference between these? 305, 315. Oh, different top speeds. I guess this one's got better acceleration, but a slower top speed. I'm guessing. I'm guessing. I don't actually know.
Three, two, one, go!
You know, I want to like Daytona USA. But I've never been able to get a handle on the driving physics. It's just never really been. Oh, the braking feels so shitty. Ugh. The steering is so stiff. The braking is like really underpowered. There we go. I will say there's like a decent amount of detail to the tracks though and the cars. If you ignore the frame rate and the draw distance, this game, like, for a launch Sega Saturn game, looks actually pretty impressive. I don't know. Of the three games we've looked at for this video, Daytona USA is probably the best looking game, both technically and aesthetically. But yeah, the frame rate is that frame rate is rough. 12.5 frames a second in the PAL version. Whew. Oh god. I hit that corner. I think what that guy... Oh my god. I think what that guy's saying over the radio is try to go easy on the car. I think that's what he's saying, but the voice sample is so heavily compressed I can't actually hear what the fuck he's saying, and oh my god. Yeah, I hate the car handling in this game. Yeah. Brake, please! No, and even when I drift, it's still not enough to avoid hitting the wall. Let's pit. We've made a terrible choice here. But we get to see this neat little pit work animation. There we go. That was totally worth it. Totally worth it. No, don't drift. I just lost control. Great, good stuff. Okay. So while not steering, brake, then steer and accelerate. Maybe. No. Oh, I drifted a little bit. Okay. Brake, accelerate, steer. No. Oh, fucking hell. Yeah, I think it's safe to say I despise the feeling of the handling in this game. I don't like the way Daytona USA feels.
13.
Yeah. Not my thing. Not my thing. Not my thing. I just don't think it controls well. I just don't think it controls well.
Now, list your name with the other champion.
I do like its style though. It's got a good sense of style. Got a fantastic soundtrack. An incredible soundtrack. Aesthetically, I love it. It's very bright and colourful in a way that classic Sega games usually were. I'll tell you what. You give me a moment to set something up. I'll be right back. Okay, and we're back. And I have plugged in the Sega Saturn arcade racing wheel, which is Sega's official racing wheel peripheral for the Saturn, and heavily recommended for a lot of Sega's driving games on this platform. So we're going to see if this feels any better. Assign. So brake, view down, view up. Yeah, you can change your camera angle as well in this. Brake and accelerate. Okay. Let's go again.
Please select a race course. Beginner.
There we go.
Please choose manual or automatic transmission.
Alright. Like how the UI elements change to reflect the change of controller. Saturn recognises the accessory and displays controls accordingly. Alright, let's give this a go. Well, I will admit, it seems easier to steer. Ugh. Okay. I seem to be having slightly more success with the wheel than I am the controller. Okay. Oof. Still not able to effectively make use of the drift mechanic though. Fuck. Oh, fuck. God damn it. Oh, we come to a dead stop. Oh, that's terrible. That's terrible. Brake, turn, accelerate. Okay, slight drift. Okay, that was fine. Not great, but fine. Oh my god, I think I just successfully executed a drift there. Yep. Okay. Yep. Finish on the grass. Sure. Why not? You know what?
Welcome to Victory Lane. You made it.
I think this game is easier to control with a wheel than it is with a regular controller. I find that shocking because typically, for most driving games, I do worse with a wheel than a controller. Dare I say, I even found executing drifts easier with the wheel than the controller. So, maybe there's something to this. Maybe there's something to this. Okay. So I like this because I remember this. You can actually you select individual letters by turning the wheel, because the wheel is like sufficiently sensitive to do that. I like that. That's a good way to enter your name. All right, let's go again.
Please select a race course. Advanced.
Okay.
Please choose manual or automatic transmission.
I believe the official name for this race is Dinosaur Canyon.
Automatic.
We'll stick with our
Gentlemen, start your engine.
stick with our standard automatic. We'll change the camera view a little bit. Let's zoom out a little bit, shall we? I will say it's significantly easier to maintain a driving line with the wheel than it is with the controller. Oof. Oh my god. I'm continuing to screw up drifting. Thought maybe I'd cracked drifting finally, but apparently not. Oh god. Only half the number of cars for this race. Don't know why it's only 20 for the second track. Oh, fuck. It's so easy to accidentally clip the opening to this tunnel. Okay. Brake, turn, gas. Okay. Brake, turn, gas. No, out of control. Out of control. Brake, turn, gas. No. Yeah, still not quite getting the hang of these turns, even with the wheel. It is a... Oh my god, that last one can fuck off. Please turn around. Oh god. I'm trying. Oof. Still not a fan of the handling model in this game. Oh my god. Okay, try again. Brake, turn, gas. Okay. That was relatively controlled. Brake, turn, gas. Brake, turn, gas. Not a drift, but I'll take it. Brake, turn, gas. Oh, Jesus Christ. That last corner is a motherfucker. Oh, I hate it so much.
The white flag is out. This is the final lap.
Alright. Final chance to get a hang of these corners. What the fuck was that? Why did the car do that? Just suddenly jump over to the right suddenly. That was weird. Brake, turn, gas. Oh, recovered. Brake, turn, gas. No, still hit the corner. Fucking Christ. No, I don't think I will ever... I don't think I am destined to ever get the hang of Daytona USA's handling. Oh. But I did finally take that corner without hitting the wall, so... Got a terrible position, but... I feel like this was an important learning experience. 18th.
Now, list your name. The other champion.
Just not... Oh, shit. Oops. I want to like you, Daytona USA. I want to understand you, Daytona USA.
Please.
I want to understand your handling. I want to understand.
Expert.
All right, we'll just see some Seaside Street Galaxy.
Automatic transmission.
Let's go with our blue.
Gentlemen, start your engines.
Yeah, this track has got to have one of the all-time best titles of any track in any racing game. Seaside Street Galaxy. Oof, that draw distance.
2, 1, go!
Okay, 30 cars this time. Oof. Fuck. No, I'm not alright. Oh, Jesus. Turn, thank you. I still think, even though I'm not doing very well... Oh, Jeffrey. I see you, Jeffrey. Virtua Fighter character there is a big statue on the side of the track. That's a neat little extra. I still think, even though I'm not actually doing that well, I still think controlling this game with a wheel is like easier and therefore more satisfying with a wheel than it is with a standard controller. So, oh god, oh fuck you! Do you see what that guy did? He pushed me into a wall. Piece of shit. Also, this song is incredible. You know, original Daytona USA just oozes classic Sega out of every pore. From the way it looks, like aesthetically, to the soundtrack. And because of that, I find it hard to get too mad at. Because even though I have severe trouble getting used to the car handling in this game, always have. Fuck. Are you kidding me? Even though I have severe trouble getting used to the car handling in this game, always have, probably always will. I just like looking at it. It's a nice game to look at. Like, every time I feel myself getting angry at how this game controls, I find my anger just melting away just by looking and listening to it. Jesus. Okay. Is this the final stretch? No, it's not. Okay, final stretch coming up. Can I break the top 10 before getting there? Probably not, but you know. Oh god.
You're looking good.
Okay. Last couple corners, I think. Oh Jesus! Fucking hairpin. There. I like how they've got like
You placed
different goal sound effects for each track based on the music that plays. That's a nice touch. It's a nice touch. You know, fuck me.
Now list your name with the other champion.
I do like this name entry method with the wheel. Just it's very it's very satisfying. I do like that. It's all the little touches. It's all the little touches that I love. It's like I'm so conflicted right now. I'm so conflicted because there are so many things about this game that are just so charming. Like charmingly old Sega, you know what I mean? So like the bright colours, the aesthetic, the ridiculous soundtrack in a good way. But then you get the problems where it's like incredibly, for me, very like difficult to understand car handling. I've never been able to get the hang of it. I don't think I ever will. The frame rate is fucking terrible. Fuck. Got. Wait, coin. Like, listen to this music. Look at this soundtrack. King of Speed. Okay. Let's go away. All three songs, bangers. Sky High, a banger. Pounding Pavement's not that great. But the three main songs that play over the tracks are all bangers, all fantastic, all-time classic, like, Sega songs. Dragon. just this game oozes charm. It oozes charm. And I want to love you, Daytona USA. I want to. I really want to, but I'm sure if I spent enough time practicing, I would eventually force through into my brain how to properly control this game. But I've never been able to get the hang of it, and I don't think I ever will, and it's infuriating. It's infuriating because this game does not control the way you think a racing game should control, you know? It's like, oh, it's weirdly stiff and unforgiving, and it's like, oh, okay, this is it possible for an arcade racing game to be too arcade? Too arcadey? But, oh well. Anyway, that's enough. Let's get to ranking. So, where on the list do you think Daytona USA should go? I think it's better than Panzer Dragoon 1. Like I said, as much as I have as much difficulty playing the game, there is a depth there that I am just simply, or at least have so far been simply unable to grasp. I appreciate that, and it is a nice for the Sega Saturn. It's especially a launch game. It's like a decently detailed looking game. As crunchy as the visuals may be by modern standards, yes, but by the standards of the time, by the standards of the hardware, considering it is also a launch game, it is a decent looking game. It's probably the best looking launch game, I think, in terms of like visual complexity, you know. And it is so charming. The soundtrack is so iconic. It's got an iconic soundtrack. It is, it's so charming. It's so charming. There are so many little touches to the presentation that I can't help but like, despite the two massive flaws with this game, which are one, the frame rate, and two, the draw distance. But the draw distance is not that bad. It's not like it's that close. I feel like you only really notice the draw distance on the first track because it is just a big oval, and you know, with a big long straightaway that does extend past the draw distance. It's less noticeable somewhat on the second track, and I'm going to say barely noticeable on the third track, because those tracks are so much more complicated with their turns. You never really get that as often, get that like long view. But it can be distracting. It can be very distracting. And that frame rate, man, Jesus Christ, I cannot stress the frame rate being what it is. Also considering that the original arcade version, I want to say, wasn't the arcade version 60 frames a second? I think it was. I think the original arcade version of Daytona USA was a 60 frames a second game. I'm pretty sure. Hang on, let me just double check. What was... Okay. 60 frames a second. Yep, the arcade version ran at 60. This runs at 15. Or 12.5 if you have the PAL version. Fucking abysmal frame rate. Really atrocious frame rate. Like, not unplayable, but, you know, it really impacts the experience. But I do think it is a better game than Panzer Dragoon 1. Is it a better game than Virtua Fighter 1? It's definitely a better looking game. It's a more complicated game. It's definitely a lot more depth to its controls. If only I could fucking get the hang of them. That's entirely my fault. I'm willing to accept that me not being good at playing the game is entirely my fault. For not bothering to practice. I get it. And I understand. It does have multiplayer, doesn't it? This is a multiplayer. No, it's one player only. Back of the box. One player. No multiplayer. Which I'm sure was also another sticking point with a lot of people at the time. Alright, I'm going to make a controversial decision here. I'm going to say that despite its massive flaws, I'm going to say I prefer Daytona USA to Virtua Fighter 1. It's just so charming. It's so charming. So it's too charming to not like. You know what I mean? It's fuck. And it's not unplayable. The frame rate is bad, but it's still very playable. And I maintain the game feels better to play with a wheel than it does a standard controller. If you ever get an opportunity to try playing this game with a wheel, I recommend it. It is a very different feeling experience. Whereas the standard control pad feels kind of unresponsive in comparison, so yeah, congratulations to our top 3 Sega Saturn games of all time. We shall see how long their positions last in the next video. And congratulations to Daytona USA for being the #1 Sega Saturn game of all time. For now. Anyway, this is fun. I'm still thinking... No, actually no, you know what? I'm looking at them now and I'm thinking I do know what 3 games we will do next time. This is fun. I think I like this. I think this is a good format for a video series. Anyway, I shall see you next time. Thank you for joining me. My name is The Real Blue Dragon. Goodbye.